Hey guys, Ron Have for Modbargains, founder. And here today we're at IPD Plenum. We are checking out some of their product lines and some of their amazing stuff that they have made. I actually use it on my 996 Turbo, and we're actually doing a separate video on the Cayenne Turbo in the back that you can see being worked on. We've got a stock version of it, and here Greg's here and he can help me explain it, but we got a stock version. And you can see that basically this is the air. It comes in, it feeds right in here, and it basically hits straight into it, right? So the air just hits and then it tries to travel.
Again, like Ron was saying, versus the OEM piece where the air comes in, hits a wall, and is forced to seek a path of least resistance to the left and right banks. We split and channel that air, smoothing it out, making it less turbulent.
They got these cool little dimples, got this golf ball effect. I think that's a new addition to the Plenum.
Yeah, we started doing this a few years ago. It helps with laminar flow, therefore increasing airspeed and velocity, and therefore results in greater power and torque gains.
So right now we're looking at different product lines with Greg for the IPD Plenum. It's pretty amazing how this all works out, and I'm going to let him go into the technical parts of it.
What the Plenum does is it splits and channels the air, allowing for not just greater airflow, but more improved, less turbulent flow. What we got before us here is actually a 991 Turbo. So this is the Plenum that sits in between the two manifolds, and here we got the Y pipe. So you can see everything's constructed of aluminum. You'll see a dimpled surface inside the interior. That's used for improved laminar flow. So we now, on all of our products, dimple the inside of the interior of all IPD products.
And why'd you guys go with the metallic, not the plastic that Porsche uses?
Another excellent question. One thing, and this might not, it seems a little counterintuitive, the aluminum, it cools more rapidly than plastic too. So everyone thinks like, they'll turn their car off, and then they go over and they put their hand on it, like, oh my God, feel how hot that is.
Right.
Well, you're not feeling it why the car is bringing outside ambient air temps, through the Y pipe and or Plenum, and then you put your hand on it and it's a lot cooler. We've actually done tests on a dyno with a pyrometer, and the aluminum runs cooler as long as the car is running and passing ambient air through this. Otherwise, we would entertain going, with a thermo-injected plastic, possibility.
Of course.
What we've done with our Y pipe, unlike the factory Y pipe, is as airflow comes in, it tends to collide right before it gets in the throttle body. Obviously, not best case scenario. We've accentuated the merge collector, so as the airflow comes in, it's traveling more parallel as it enters the same throttle body here. And then conversely, in a reverse process, as it comes into the Plenum itself, it splits and channels again, maintaining smoother, less turbulent airflow.
Smoother air, cooler air, more horsepower, faster car, and the car we always want.
Yeah.
This is a 991. We've got some other ones here. You've got 986 I see here.
Yep.
This is one that I'm very familiar with. This was on my own vehicle. 996 Turbo.
Yep.
I think it does like 20 something horsepower, 25.
Believe it or not, on the turbos, it's a lot more. On the 996, which for some reason on these older cars, it's just plug and play. And it's 35 plus horsepower and 40 plus foot-pounds of torque.
Amazing.
And there's no adaptation.
Just this little change right here. Why didn't Porsche think of this?
Again, excellent question, Ron. Porsche is the most profitable car company because they are experts at using like a cross-form utilization. And if Porsche made a car that was as amazing as it possibly could be, they'd build another 959. And what Porsche is good at is making a car, as any auto manufacturer, that is going to hit that target mark. Can Porsche make a 1,000 horsepower car? Of course, but that's not what they want. So, and there's always room for improvement. Thank God, because it leaves room for guys like you and I. Eliminate the factory T design, put the cast aluminum Y design in there, and boom.
This is one of those things that I always talk to when I talk to Porsche guys about. I recommend it as like the best value that you can possibly get for your car. What we're talking about is for the money and to horsepower ratio, there's nothing that's going to do it in terms of performance. You might not see it, but you're going to feel it. You want to make your car faster, you want to be able to have a faster Porsche. Why not? You're going to get an additional 20 something horsepower, an increase of like 10%, 15%.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes even more. And just this little device. And it's fairly easy to install. So this is why I always recommend it as probably the top value for any Porsche. And hopefully I'm been trying to sway Greg here to make it for other vehicles that we work with. So I would love to see Plenums on it, but that's in the future. But the development that's been done here is incredible, and they keep on pushing the boundaries. The quality of the stuff is amazing, made here in the US. I've been really impressed, and that's why we've been doing a Know Your Mods on this particular item. So to check out more information about this Plenum and other things, check out the Facebook, Instagram, contact a mod expert, or just go to the website. There's tons of information. So thanks again, guys.